Alright guys, today we're going to be taking a look at the best budget green inventory you can build right now in CS2. For this, I am going to include 3 different knife and glove combos. The first one is going to be super budget, second is going to be value budget, third is going to be we don't really have a budget, so you're just going to spend whatever you fancy for a nice combination. And then from that, we're going to have about 20 different skins built into this as well. So you're covering like your 7 main skins plus all the extra filler skins. Overall, I think this is fantastic. You guys know I absolutely love green inventories. And I have been trying to build one myself, but green comes with a bit of a premium, so we're trying to overcome that in today's video. So you can let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, what you think of this, if you think I've missed anything, if there's anything you change. Hit that like button if you enjoy it, hit the subscribe button if you're around here, and let's get right into it. Now, as always guys, let's kick it off with the knife and glove combos. So, combination number 1, which is the super budget, we're going to have driver gloves racing green in minimal wear, and we're going to pair it with a classic knife Boreal Forest. Now, racing green gloves, cheapest gloves in the game. We know this already, and Boreal Forest, one of the cheapest knives, but I'm going to keep it real with you guys. I think this combination looks great. In total, you pay $179 for this, and now getting something that's green and fits the theme, and the classic knife is great because it's got kind of nice idle animations, which you'll see here, and then the animations in general for it are nice. We've got that nice twist for it, and then the inspectors, and then sometimes it does this for the inspector, just as I was going to say it. So I think overall, honestly, this is a clean combo that you shouldn't overlook, but I appreciate that people want the flashy skins like the Gamma Dopplers, which is ultimately what we get into when we go for the value budget. Now, I'm saying value budget kind of loosely here because you have to take into consideration green has a premium, so do Gamma Dopplers, so the Dopplers in general because of how they look. This combination is $97 for the gloves, which are going to be the Jades in field tested. Nice float on these, they're going to look fantastic. And then you're going to go get a Gamma Doppler Phase 4 falchion knife, which is about $445, bringing the total to $542. I will say the Phase 4 doesn't work perfectly with these Gia gloves, but these Gia gloves would look good with the rest of the inventory you're building out, and they don't like clash against the knife, which is ultimately the main thing. And this means you're going to get a flashy knife, which is ultimately, I mean, like, this is the main thing people want, right? They're going to have a nice vibrant knife that looks fantastic, gets that shine that you just seen from the sun. So value budget with green and Gamma Doppler in mind, 540 is actually pretty fair. Now, for the budget doesn't matter combo, I could have gone all out. I could have honestly got like a $10,000 pair of gloves and like a Karambit emerald. But I'm going to be realistic. This is a combination I think looks great. I know Huntsman knife has limited animations and it's technically the same animations as the gut knife, but there's something about the Huntsman knife. You can see this shine it gets there. The blade looks impressive. It's an OG knife. It's fantastic. The gloves are turtle minimal wears. They're $286. The knife is $450. Total combination cost is about $827. And I'm going to keep it real, for a Phase 2 Gamma Doppler Huntsman plus nice gloves, like honestly, the min wear, like turtle gloves, look fantastic. I love this combination. I appreciate it's not going to be for everyone, price-wise or like personal preference-wise, and that's where going for either the 2 budgets before or 2 options before would be the best bet. Now, let's have a look at the 7 main skins. We're going to kick it off with the Glock again, and we're going to go for a Nuclear Garden. This is going to be minimal wear for $5.15. I think I prefer gloves. I prefer Glocks that get a design on the base, and you're not going to get this with the Nuclear Garden because it is an older skin. But to get this bright screen finish with like radiation signs on the skulls and stuff, I think it looks kind of cool. $5 overall for a weapon that you're using multiple times again, like realistically, pistol rounds plus eco rounds, stuff like that. I think it makes sense. And then for the USP, I could have cheaped out and gone for like a flashback, but I want to go something nice. And I think overall, $13 for the Monster Mashup and Field Tester is on the verge of budget, but I think in the grand scheme of things, it's kind of worth it. Like, it's such a nice USP skin. It's fantastic. It gets this nice, cool design. Color mesh on it is really good. And in total, you're paying less than $20 to get like your starting side pistols, which I think is pretty sweet. Now, one area that the green inventories lack is the likes of Desert Eagle, because unless you want to go spend a few $100s, you're kind of stuck with a neutral skin. But I've gone for the light rail, which I think is actually really nice because it gets a nice effect from lighting, which you can see when I like spin around this way. And this in minimal wear is like $1.19. So I think for something that's neutral, that's not going to clash, like realistically, it kind of pairs in with the colors on the more neutral colors on the gloves as well. I think overall this is worth it. And then for the AK, we're actually going to go for a field tester Aquamarine Revenge. Right? This is a 0.20 float field tester, which would probably have some overpay if I'm being realistic. But field testers start from $23. You're bound to probably find one with a good float that's not actually got much overpay, either on the Steam market or just someone listed on the third party that isn't like overly in depth with it. This skin's fantastic. It's massively, massively underrated. And I think what I like about this is you get that orangey color on like the dolphins going through it, which then actually pairs in with the orange accent with the turtle gloves. So I think this is a really fitting pair, and this in field test it looks fantastic for the price. And then I'll piss some people off by picking the Infosource S in minimal wear for the A1S option. This is $1.34. It's very green, accented yellow through it, and then a bit of brown on top. Dinosaur breaking through, Jurassic Park vibes. I love it. Dinosaur actually looks 3D with this CS2 update that I'm looking at now. Or it might be the curve of the weapon, but it makes it look 3D, which is fantastic. This is personal preference. I think it's worth picking up. And then, much like the Deagle, we kind of lack options for the M4A4. I'm going to be honest. You could go for an in-living color, which has a bit of green, but like it has so many other colors going on. So we're going to go neutral. What I would say is get a magnesium. It's $31 or 31 cent, not $31, 31 cent for minimum wear. And just do a budget green sticker craft on this if you wanted to have any sort of green aspect. Or you could rock a neutral like this, and I think honestly it still looks bloody insanely good. Hopefully we see green Desert Eagles and M4A4s come out that are a reasonable price. But for now, this is what we're going to work with. And then you guys should have known by now where we're going with the op. It has to be the Aetherius. It's going to be minimal wear. It's $4.06. One of the best options in the game. Top 5 for me. I will say it every single time. I know some people dislike the Aetherius because it's overused. But like, there's the reason it's overused is because it's so cheap for such a well-designed, intricate skin that looks good in every condition. Like, it's just, obviously supply is the reason this is cheaper. But it seems wild that this is this price. If you want something different and you're happy to spend a bit more money, maybe you're an op player, so you want like a flashy op, this is what I'd recommend. It's still somewhat budget friendly. And it's a containment breach in well worn, which is about $45. Now, obviously, adds $40 to the price, basically, to what you're paying for the Aetherius. But it's a different design. You don't get any detail in the scope, which some people will like. For me, as much as I like the containment breach, and it's more expensive, so in my mind it's flashier and I want it, but I still think I'd take the Aetherius if I'm being absolutely honest. But that's some options for you guys to consider. And then it's time for the filler skins. So guys, let me go through these. The ill AR is going to be the Vandal. This is 41 cent for minimal wear. It's green, it's cheap, it fits in, it's your low buy gun. We love it. The filler skin is not going to be cheap, it's going to be the Carved Jade. And there's going to be a couple like sort of question marks here. You can see already this shit wears. Like, it wears heavily, which you can see on the inspect, and you can even see it when you're holding it there. Some people don't mind the wear, some people hate this. If you don't like this, I don't know, use like the default AUG, it's basically green. That's the other thing I can say. I have a factory new souvenir version of this, which I got for about like $16, I think. Maybe less at the time. But I think AUG is in meta for me. If you could stretch the factory new over min wear, it's worth it. And just the lighting effects this skin gets alone, even with that wear, makes it better than any of the like absolute cheap options you'd have. The other scope they are is going to be the SG. We're going to recommend the Dragon Tech, 67 cent, oh, 76 cent. Under $1 for this, I think it's great. I still prefer the Darkwing. Like, personally, I use the Darkwing. The Scout is going to be Acid Fade in Factory New, which is $1.15. Keep in mind, this is a fade, so the different, like, the pattern numbers actually make a difference. You can get one. The scope's always going to be green, but the base of the skin can have more green on it or more black on it, depending on the pattern. So just make sure you check that before you buy it to get what you want. I love the MP9 for this because it's going to be a field test at Hydra, which is $3.71. Again, you're going to be buying like the new MR12. You're going to be maybe having low buys a bit more often. I think having a nice MP9 is just worthwhile doing. And Hydra is insanely nice. I would love to see this skin design or like the containment breach design on an AK. We go incredibly budget with the P90, but it's fine because this is 14 cent in min wear for the Grim. And it's fantastic. It does what it needs. We're not going to use the P90 that often, but when we do, we're going to look good. I'll probably annoy people by spending over $2 on an MP5, but I'm going to do it for the phosphor in field test it. It's a blue base skin. I get that. You can share that in the comments for me. But the green on top looks fantastic. Whenever you're running around with it in game, that's a lot of what you're going to see. And overall, doesn't really clash with the gloves. We then keep up the Nuclear Garden theme, which you can see here with the Mac 10. This is $4.18 in field test it. You know, we got it for the Glock, we got it for the Mac 10. It's keep the combo going, it just makes sense. And then if you're an MP7 enjoyer, you're going to get the Particle, which for me, not so much like a lighting effect. You can see that it does get a little bit of brightness, like when it's in the good light, as most skins will do now in CS2. But the fact that it actually looks like a body power tool in skin format, sort of skins I love to see. I want more of this in CS2 with the new Source 2 features. We're going to go for the Watchdog for the XM. XM meta's here, like shotgun meta's here, using slightly different weapons, like AUG and SG's back in favor now, just as I get used to the start of CS2. 82 cent for this min-wear version. Looks super classy. I love the green shading on this. Like this shade of green as well is really nice and would work with those Jade gloves. Mag 7, again, kind of lacks options, but we're going to go for the Foresight because it's 14 cent in factory new. And again, it's got orange accents, which pair in with the orange bit of the gloves. You don't see it too often. You can kind of see them there a little bit, but like that, mentally, you've got orange bits in the gloves, orange bit in the skin. It makes sense. And then our last 5 skins, we're going to have a P250 See You Later in Field Tester. I love that you can get this in Field Tester for $2.24. It works in beautifully for what we're going. And again, you can see that CS skins, when they're green, will often get a little hint of blue, which is why you can sort of build out a green-bluish inventory without too much clash happening. Now, I'm going to suggest the dual Berettas I have, which are the Royal Consorts. Now, these are very much gold skins with a green accent. However, the green is like this sort of emerald green. Doesn't quite get the lighting you would maybe want, but 82 cent for these in minimal wear. They work with the gloves. The green looks nice on them, and obviously green and gold in general is just a pretty good pairing. The 5.7 has limited options, and you'll see that here as we go for a hot shot. We do go for a minimal wear, which looks okay. It's got like bright green accents on it, but again, like the M4A4, like the Desert Eagle, we also need a better green 5.7 because the neon kimono is stupidly priced. Like, honestly, give me a 5.7 like this Tech 9 Bamboozle, which is minimal wear at 38 cent, and I'm going to be loving life. I think that's what we need to see more of. I know the bamboo kind of works for the Tech 9 shape. Doesn't have to be exactly bamboo, but skins like this that are blues or whatever, and like, yeah, basically, yeah, they're blues, right? These skins that are blues, but have a nice pattern, a nice design, especially with Source 2, is exactly what I want to see more of. Because it would help eliminate crap options like this. The Famas is going to be the Meow 36. It's 8 cent. There's no other real green Famases. We're going to be rocking with this. It is what it is. And that completes our weapon skins. So what that means is all the skins outside of the knife and glove combos I've just shown you come to a total cost of $82.69. So if you're not interested in the knife and glove combo, you're going to plan that yourself. Basically, you're spending $80 for all these skins. And I think in the grand scheme, you're building an absolutely cracking inventory for $80. I'm going to be honest. If you wanted to go with a super budget knife and glove combo, which was the Racing Green driver gloves and the classic knife Real Forest, you'd be paying a total $261. If, however, you wanted to go for option 2, like the value budget option, which was the Gamma Doppler Phase 4 falchion knife with the Broken Fang gloves Jade, like field test it, in total, you're going to be spending about $625, but I'd say for getting a Gamma Doppler Phase 4, and a nice knife with animations, plus nice gloves that are going to work well, that's actually quite a fair price for a green inventory. And then finally, if you go for the option that you're seeing here that we use for most of the video, because it's the best option, it's the most expensive option, with the skins included, you're going to be paying just over $900 in total, $910 for the inventory. So guys, that's going to be it. This might be a slightly longer video than usual. You can let me know if you like that or if you want it to be a bit quicker in the comments down below. That feedback is greatly appreciated. We're going to be doing more of these themed budget inventories as well as building out like specifically priced inventories as well to help you guys. So the feedback of what you want to see, whether you want to see absolute super budget cheap gems or you want to see like a bit more expensive but still well valued budget options, let me know. We'll get that sorted for you guys. But that's going to be it for today. Thank you again for CSGO Empire for sponsoring today's video, guys. Please make sure you check out that link in the top of the description and or the pinned comment. And if you want to have a discussion around buying skins and whatnot, there is also the Discord link down below. You feel free to join that. We've got a dedicated section where we can discuss all that goodness. Outside of that, guys, thank you for watching. Support, as always, is greatly appreciated. We'll catch you in the next one. Goodbye.